Hello and welcome to a late night edition to Anfield Index. Reds, if you are new around here, want to keep up to date on all the latest breaking transfer news, Liverpool content throughout the coming months as well. It's been a fantastic year on Anfield Index. Liverpool winning the league 20 times. Yeah, not too bad. And we're certainly going to be celebrating in a couple of weeks' time anyway, but it's a celebration every single day anyway. But Reds, if you are watching this on obviously Thursday morning, we've obviously got Dave and Trev's show, obviously the transfer show. There's plenty of content to get stuck into over the next 24 hours, but certainly the next couple of weeks, next couple of months as we head into a big transfer window. And this evening or morning, if you are watching the episodes, of course, we are reacting to the news and the article from Di Marzio as well. And he's reporting this evening that Liverpool have made a offer for Kevin De Bruyne, Reds. Yes, take it a little bit of pinch of salt, really, but I tell you, it's certainly going to be a player that, yes, everyone's screaming, 33 years old anyway. But Reds, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below on the live comments. We'll try and get through as many possible things. We've got a couple of statistics that we'll go through as well, but I just want to be there in terms of Di Marzio coming from his article this evening. We'll get straight into the crux of the article as he's reporting this evening. Di Marzio, Liverpool he's reporting this evening that Liverpool have made an offer for Kevin De Bruyne. He goes on to add, quote, Napoli are seriously trying for Kevin De Bruyne, the reporter said. The midfielder's contract with Manchester City is expiring and the Azzurri will try to sign him for next season, and the Belgium wants to stay in Europe, and there's also an offer from Liverpool. So, Reds, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Yes, he's 33 years old. His career is certainly dwindling now. It's very much coming to the twilight, the final closing chapters of the Belgian midfielder. He's had some phenomenal years. I think he's had close to 9 years in the Premier League. Obviously, he had a little stint at Chelsea, and then he moved to the Bundesliga for 3 seasons with Wolfsburg, and then come back to the Premier League. And he's certainly been a revelation. He's spearheaded not just himself, but he's been a massive driving factor to exactly why Manchester City are in the position that they have been over the last 10 years. The main thing when I'm analysing this, and probably for all of us, that we've all identify Kevin De Bruyne. We know the relationship between him and obviously Virgil van Dijk. They're very quite close as well. He lives in the northwest area, Kevin De Bruyne, I'm guessing so. And obviously it's depends if Kevin De Bruyne wants to go to America. There's been quite a lot of reports over the last couple of months, the back end of the season, that as obviously Di Marzio was just alluded to, Napoli are in for him. I think a whole host of European clubs will be, but it just depends what Kevin De Bruyne wants. But for me, when I'm analysing it, if Liverpool were to offer, and if this report is to go into a bit more in the next couple of weeks, if it unfolds that Liverpool are involved with this deal, I think it will very much be a case of a rolling contract as well. It'd just probably be a 12-month contract. It's my only honest opinion anyway. But Reds, let us know your thoughts. It probably will be a 12-month contract with a potential of a further year, dependent on massively on Liverpool's viewpoint, really. But if you've been living under a rock over the last couple of seasons as well, of course, Kevin De Bruyne's time at Genk, obviously as a younger academy player, he was famously quoted. The video's out there. It's out there. He was quoted as saying Liverpool is his favourite team anyway. And my favourite team is Liverpool. His favourite player was Michael Owen, and quote, I would like to play for them. So that was a younger Kevin De Bruyne. I don't think his aspirations would have changed. I think it was obviously the interview in which he did give a couple of weeks ago. I think it was at Goodison Park in the post-match presser in the area. He was it Villa or Everton, whoever, a couple of weeks ago anyway. And he looked quite disgruntled, really, understandable. He feels he can play at that elite level. Can he? Possibly not. But obviously, we're going to go through a couple of the minutes he's played, especially over the last couple of seasons as well, but his goal contributions. And one of the biggest things, I know Trev and Dave and a lot of the lads on Anfield Index this season, when every Liverpool fan spoken about this this story. It's we're all anticipating it not to happen, but if it did, the one core principle going into next season is how do Liverpool, and that's been one debate amongst the Liverpool fan base over the last couple of months as well. We know Trent's been going, he obviously announced it this week, but it's about that creativity aspect. We know Kevin De Bruyne is not going to put in a 38-game season, but if you brought him in, he played 25 matches last season and registered 4 goals, 7 assists last season, and obviously he only played 25 matches in the Premier League season. That is still better than certain individuals, statistically speaking, better than certain individual players in Liverpool's midfield. We're not expecting, as I said, him to play all season, but what he can contribute, whether it was over a 20 game, obviously, if you play 20 odd games in a season, I think certainly would very much add, even if it was for 12 months, he'd certainly add a lot to this Liverpool side from a creativity standpoint, but also a leadership perspective as well, what he brings to the group of players. And obviously, there's been a lot of speculation over the last couple of weeks with Harvey Elliott. Will he be moving in the summer? Potentially. Will he? Won't he anyway? But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, Reds. I'd love it to happen, mainly just for the fact if Liverpool do win the league next season, we can give Kevin De Bruyne a proper open top bus parade anyway, one that he'll enjoy thoroughly. That's a joke, by the way, anyway, before any City fan jump on it. But he's a top player. He's been a revelation in the Premier League, and he certainly already he's gone down and will go down in the next 20, 30 years as one of the greatest midfielders ever to grace the Premier League. Sadly, he didn't play in a Liverpool shirt, a bit younger anyway. But if he is to join Liverpool over the next couple of weeks, it just depends. But it's a very shrewd decision. We're not saying give him a 5-year deal. I personally will give him a 12-month deal, and I think that's what Liverpool might be doing. And if they do, Di Marzio, as he's reported this evening, but from my personal opinion, I do feel it will be on reduced wages because you're not going to be giving Kevin De Bruyne 300 grand a week. I think there'll be certainly a middle ground for Liverpool and certainly Kevin De Bruyne. If a deal was to be struck, a 12-month deal with obviously massively reduced terms. But yeah, I like this idea, chap, but he might just go to Napoli, as Di Marzio has alluded to tonight, and he might go to the MLS and obviously play out his career. But as Kevin De Bruyne has already stated this season, he sees his level still confident, still believing in his own ability anyway. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne, we'll go through a couple of the stats as well. So last season, this year, just concluding there, played 25 games, 4 goals, 7 assists in the Premier League. And obviously the year before, 18 games, 4 goals, 10 assists. And then the year before that was probably one of his better seasons, obviously in the 22-23 season. Kevin De Bruyne played 32 games, 7 goals, 16 assists. And this is where Kevin De Bruyne, one of his best seasons, obviously in the 21-22 season, that was obviously 4 years ago, well, 3.5 years ago anyway. He registered 30 appearances in the Premier League, registering 15 goals, 8 assists, and that famous season that he had for Manchester City. For me personally, his best season in a Manchester City shirt in England as well was the 1920 season anyway. 35 games played, 13 goals, 20 assists as well, which is absolutely staggering. But he's come to the twilight of his career. I'd love him to join just for 12 months and hopefully help Liverpool because I think he's still got a lot certainly to contribute, even if it's 20, 25 games. And if he's on reduced wages, I think it's a very sensible decision, especially with the lack of creativity. Obviously, Liverpool very reliant over the last couple of seasons, well, massively reliant on Trent's ability to create from dead balls, create in open spaces as well. But chat, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below as well on this story, really. It's as the Anfield Exchange, yeah. But yeah, there we go as well. The Anfield Exchange saying, yeah, it's reduced 100%. Just can't see it. Big up there, chat as well. But pick up there, Graham. You're doing my job for me, bud. But nice one there, chat. Obviously, it's a late night edition. So Reds, obviously me, Dave, or whoever in the next couple of weeks as well with the transfer window. I'll be on my toes, ready. Obviously, did anyone see the Arsenal game? Unlucky. But in terms of this story tonight, Reds, do let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. When you analyse it, when we all put our thinking hats on anyway and properly think about it, of course, he's come to the back end of his career. But if Liverpool did give him a 12-month contract with reduced terms anyway, I think from a creativity standpoint, I think he's got a lot to give Liverpool. As we're saying, we're not expecting him to play 38 games a season, but what you will do, he can help Curtis, he can help develop Dominic Szoboszlai as well. Just him being in and around the squad as well. And yeah, if he can add, I'll tell you, we will be there if he could win the league. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Keep an eye on this story, really. Obviously, Di Marzio breaking it this evening as well. So obviously, Dave and Trev will be speaking a bit more in depth about this. Obviously, if you are watching this on Thursday morning, a bit later on in the evening today as well. So, yeah, Reds, one to keep an eye on. Obviously, Di Marzio breaking this, quickly go through again for anyone just tuning back in, and then just to conclude on tonight's show. We haven't already done so. If you can drop a like on the video, massive does help out the channel on Anfield Index. If you want to subscribe to Anfield Index Pro, only £3.33 a month. Just opens up gets rid of all the adverts. You can listen to all the podcasts that get produced over here and Anfield Index across all the social media platforms as well. Industry-led journalists. We had Dave do a great couple of interviews last week as well. I had Paul Joyce, obviously Jonathan Northcroft as well. David Lynch, Media Matters, every single Monday as well. So, Reds, if it's the first time discovering Anfield Index for the first time, make sure you do drop a like on the video and subscribe and get involved with everyone's shows as well. So, yeah, Reds, it's, and as Sion said there, a game-changing substitution. Possibly, mate, innit? And even if it's like little 20-minute cameos, we're not expecting him to. And we know he's had his injuries. I know that's what everyone's saying. But we're not expecting to be up and down, like 20-minute substitutions. As Sion said there, little cameo, and tell you, that would be fantastic. It certainly would add a lot to Liverpool's team. It would add in the squad depth. But the main thing, like Liverpool and certainly the lads running the hierarchy at Liverpool, will be obviously reduced terms. That's probably going to be the big one. 12-month contract, and see how it goes from there as well. You've got Curtis Jones in an attacking midfield role, possibly as well. Dominic Szoboszlai, Liverpool losing Trent. You start adding the things up, and yeah, you might add 2 and 2, and you might get 9, depending as well. But yeah, I like to see a bit of positivity. But I'd just be there just for the Manchester City fume, if I'm being honest. But Reds, let us know your thoughts on that. Quality player to rotate, as Graham said there. Napoli not giving anywhere close to his wages as well. So Trevor, yeah, it's going to be interesting. The Italian clubs and obviously the modern era of Italian teams. Shout out to Inter. Obviously got to the final last night as well. But yeah, it's the money are washed within the Premier League. We know how dominant commercially and all the clubs, even like clubs like Wolves, Villa and Newcastle, they can pay big wages now. So, and judging from Kevin De Bruyne's interviews, we've all seen over the last couple of weeks, he personally feels that he can still play at the highest level. I think there was reports over the last couple of weeks as well that was rumoured that Aston Villa were potentially having an eye on him. I think every single club in the Premier League will be. Like every club in the Premier League, especially just lower down the peripheral of obviously Liverpool and Manchester City as well. You could certainly put a bid in because, yeah, he'll be wanting to stay in the Premier League. So it's going to be one to keep an eye on, Reds, if this story does develop. Hopefully, from my point of view, I'd love to see it anyway. I still think he's got a lot to add to the Premier League and certainly could add a lot of qualities on the ball, off the pitch as well, and just his whole demeanour as a footballer as well. He's a top-class professional and certainly he's very good mates with Virgil van Dijk, listening to all the interviews that both players have said in the past anyway. Big up there, Jav. Yeah, he could teach. Yeah, big up there. LFC. Yeah, could teach you in worth knowledge. You can put value on that 100%. And remember, the generation, Gary Mack, when he come in, Just saying. Obviously, Gary Mack's never what a player for Liverpool, but I think even Gary Mack would say he wasn't quite on Kevin De Bruyne's level. But that impact Gary Mack had on that Liverpool side, I think everyone went. No one like obviously he'd come into the side at Liverpool and he was such a massive impact on the squad. And Kevin De Bruyne, I feel he could have a similar impact. He'd come on a free transfer. Could be one of the best free transfers in Liverpool's history, especially if he won the Premier League as well. And maybe, oh yeah, remember Gary Mack as well, Reds. What a player he was. Just a bit before my time, but I watched a couple of documentaries and all that. So all well and good. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, so it's a free agent if he's done. The club announced before, yes. Yeah. Could you imagine if that's announced? But yeah, time will tell, Reds. Time will tell. It'd be a good sign. He can stay for. I don't think it would be 2 or 3 years, mate. But if he looks after himself, certainly gets in the gym with Mohamed Salah, because obviously Mo. Anyway, so yeah, obviously we speak about speculation, obviously Di Marzio as well. But Reds, massive thank you for everyone tuning in. If you are watching this on Thursday morning, do get involved in the comment section below. Want to keep an eye on Reds, as I said. Any other stories break throughout the week and heading into the window, either me or Dave or anyone to be on as well, be here as quick as we possibly can. But Reds, thank you for tuning in this evening. As I said, there's a lot to this story. It might not happen, but if it does, I think certainly Kevin De Bruyne, as Di Marzio said, Liverpool have expressed an interest and put an offer allegedly to Kevin De Bruyne. I think he'll certainly consider it, and anyone from Liverpool, I think it'd be a very, very shrewd signing on a 12-year, maybe 12 years ago for Kevin De Bruyne, a 12-month deal. But yeah, I still think he's got still a lot to contribute in the Premier League. And if he can do that with Liverpool, I think it'd only strengthen Liverpool's hand next season as well. But Reds, look after yourself. Massive thank you for everyone that has tuned in tonight. As I say, to always get involved in the comments. We will try and get through or reply to a couple of them as well. But Reds, look after yourself. Dave and obviously Trev will be live this evening if you are watching us on Thursday morning, and there's plenty of shows to come thick and fast anyway. Chock-a-blocker and Anfield Index. So if it's the first time discovering Anfield Index, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below, Reds, and welcome. And yeah, see you very soon as well.